Hi students, welcome to Chem Free tutorial. In this video, let's see Class 4 English, Santoor textbook of English for grade 4, chapter 6, Braille. Braille means a writing system used by blind or visually impaired people. Let us read. Long ago in France, a little boy named Louis Braille was playing outside his home. Okay, long ago in France, a little boy whose name was Braille. Okay, he was playing outside his home. He was 3 years old. He was a 3 years old boy. His father, a blacksmith, was working nearby. Blacksmith means that is making things made of iron. Okay, his father is doing, that is, he's preparing things made of iron, was working nearby. He was working nearby. Louis started playing with the tools around him. Suddenly, what happened? A sharp tool pierced his eye. Okay, a sharp tool. Okay, things made of iron pierced. Okay, what is pierced means? Pierced means that is make a hole in something with a sharp point. That is called pierced his eye. He cried out in pain. Okay, he started crying. He cried out in pain. Due to pain, he started crying. Within a few days, he became blind in one eye. Okay, after some days, what happened? He became blind. Blind means not able to see the thing in one eye, and the other eye also affected, and he became totally blind. After some time, what happened? The other eye also got affected, and he became totally blind. See in the picture, his father is working. That is the things made of iron. See in the picture, his father is working. That is the things made of iron. His father was a blacksmith. He was working, making things made up of iron. Okay, this one. The boy was a Braille. He was doing some work. Okay, he was also working with the tools nearby. Braille was playing with the tools nearby his father. In 1819, Louis, who was 10 years old, got admission in the Royal Institute for Young Blind Persons in Paris. In 1819, Louis, who was 10 years old, got admission in the Royal Institute for Young Blind Persons in Paris. Well, that is at the age of 10, he got admission in the Royal Institute for Young Blind Persons in Paris. That is blind school. He got admission in the blind school. He learned letters by using wood, cloth or pins arranged in. He used to learn things by using, because he was blind, no. So he learned things by using wood, cloth or pins arranged in pin cushions. So what is meant by pin cushions? That is a small pad for holding pins. That is called a pin cushions. He started learning. Okay, he started learning letters. Around this time, an army man named Captain Charles Barbier de la Série has invented something called night writing. At that time, the army man named Captain Charles. Okay, he started inventing something called night writing. What is night writing? It was an alphabet of raised dots and dashes that soldiers could read with their fingers in the dark. It was especially for the soldiers who could read with their fingers in the dark. Okay, when he was not able to see means that soldiers can read with their fingers in the dark. However, it was too difficult and therefore not a success. Okay, this night writing, it was too difficult for them, so it was not a success one. But Louis, now a teenager, became interested in it and simplified in it. He gave the world the Braille alphabet after, okay, Louis at the age of 16 to 20, teenager, he became interested in it. Okay, he wanted to invent something for the blind people, so he became interested in it and simplified it. He gave the world the Braille alphabet worldwide. Okay, we are following this Braille alphabet. He gave the world the Braille alphabet. The Braille alphabets are given here from A to Z. A. This one is B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Using this Braille alphabets, thus a blind person can taught the world to see. Braille is a method of reading through touch. Okay, Braille is a method of reading through touch. Okay, through touch method we can identify the letters. As you can see in the picture, there is one Braille symbol for each of the 26 letters of the English alphabet. As you can see in the figure, what already we know that there is one Braille symbol for each of the 26 letters, that is a dot of the English alphabets. But Braille requires more space. Braille letters cannot be written too close together. Okay, it needs more space. Since Braille requires more space, a Braille book is thicker than the regular printed book. Because of this more space, the Braille requires more space, so a Braille book is thicker than the regular printed book. Braille is not just for the people with blindness. It is this Braille. So that is a writing system. It is not only for the blind people, with even people with a sight can learn Braille too. Okay, the person with a sight, okay, long sight and short sight is there, no? So the person with a short sight can learn Braille too. Then they can write small poems and stories in Braille. Okay, they can easily write small poems as well as stories using in Braille. From this we learn new words, that is blacksmith, blind, pincushions, invented. Okay, first one is what is blacksmith? A person whose job is to make things made of iron. Next one is blind, means already we know that, unable to see. Next pincushions. Pincushion also already we have seen, that is a small pad for holding pins, that is called a pincushions. Invented, already we know that, making something new, that is called a invented. These are the words we have learned from this lesson. Next, let us think, answer the following. Okay, some questions are given. We want to answer the following questions. Describe the Braille alphabet. Okay, describe the Braille alphabet. First one is that Braille alphabet is a system. That is the Braille alphabet. The Braille alphabet is a system of writing. Is a system of writing. It is a system of writing. The Braille alphabet is a system of writing that uses raised dots a raised dot to represent the letters and numbers. So the Braille alphabet is a system of writing that uses a raised dot to represent the letters and numbers. Why was night riding not a success? Why night riding? Whether the captain invented the method of night riding? No. Why it was not a successful? Next, one more point also you can write. This is the first question. One more point also. Blind people read it by the following these dots with these fingers. Blind people read it by feeling the dots, with their fingers. Describe the Braille alphabet means first one is the Braille alphabet is a system of writing that uses a raised dot to represent letters and numbers. Blind people read it by feeling the dots with their fingers. Next, why was night writing not a success? Okay, first one is because the night writing was not a, that is the night writing was not a success because it is very difficult. Because it is very difficult to read it by touch. And the letters were too large. And the letters were too large. And the letters were too large. Next, what did Louis Braille do to make reading easier for the blind? Third one, what did Louis Braille do to make reading easier for the blind? Third question, what did Louis Braille do to make reading easier for the blind? That is Braille system using 6 dots. Here, Braille system using 6 dots to represent to represent letters and numbers, to represent letters and numbers which made reading and writing easier for the blind people. Easier for the blind people. Next, think and discuss. Next, B, think and discuss. You may have seen people with blindness walking with a white cane. Why is the cane always white color? Okay, you may have seen. Okay, already on roads we have seen the people with blindness walking with a white cane. Okay, why is the cane always white color? Why? What is the reason for the cane is white in color? So that is the cane is always white color, so that it can be seen easily. It can be seen easily, so that it can be seen easily, so that it can be easily seen by others, so that it can be seen easily by others. Second, one more point also we can write, that is, it helps people to recognize. It helps people to recognize that the person using it is blind. It helps people to recognize that the person using it is blind. Imagine that the world becomes dark for a day and there is no light. What difficulties might one face on such a day? Okay, imagine the world is full of dark. Okay, the world becomes dark for a day and there is no light. But what difficulties you can face? Okay, one face on such a day. Answer for this. It is difficult to move from one place to another place. It is difficult to move. It is very difficult to move from one place to another. One place to another place. It is very difficult to move from one place to another place. Next one is difficult to identify. It's very difficult to move from one place to other place. It's very difficult to identify things. Difficult to identify things. Difficult to read. Difficult to write. Difficult to cook. Or do any other work. Or do any work. It's difficult to do any work. Imagine that the world becomes dark for a day and there is no light. What difficulties might one face on such a day? It is difficult to move from one place to another place, identify things, read, write, cook, or do any other work. Next, close your eyes, pick an object, keep the object back. Now complete the sentences and share them with the class. Now you close your eyes, just pick an object and keep the object back. You can keep the object back. Now complete the sentences and share them with the class. First one, the object in my hand was just round in shape. For example, the object in my hand was round in shape. The object in my hand was, that is longer or shorter than my forefinger. Shorter, anyone you want to write. The object in my hand was shorter than my forefinger. Next, the object in my hand was a dash. That is, for example, now add 2 or more lines to describe the object. For example, the object in my hand was a pencil. Okay, now we want to write two more lines to describe the object. Okay, first one is the object in my hand was a pencil. That is, it was longer. It was longer and smooth. It was longer and smooth. Next, it was shorter than my forefinger. It was shorter than my forefinger. Two lines we can write. Next, let us listen. Okay, your teacher will read out the following words. Listen carefully and repeat. Okay, your teacher will read out the following words. Okay, we have learned the new words from this lesson. Listen carefully and repeat. First one is spoon. Spoon, already we know that. That is a long handle used for eating, mixing or serving. Next one is a splinter. Okay, what is splinter? A thin, sharp pieces of wood or metal or glass. Next is spin. Okay, already we know that spin means to turn. Next is splash. Splash means the sound of a liquid that is hitting something. That is splash. Speak, already we know that. Next is split. Split means to divide. That is split. Next is space. Space means a place or an area. Next is splendid. Splendid means very good. Excellent. So, your teacher will read out the following words. Listen carefully and you want to repeat these words. Spoon, splinter, spin, splash, speak, split, space, splendid. Next, let us write. Write these words using the Braille alphabets. You can paste bindis. One is done for you. Now, here one example is done for us. Okay, cat. Okay, how can you write cat by using this Braille alphabet? That is first one C. C means two dots. Okay, using bindi, we want to paste it, these two dots. Next, A. Okay, using the Braille alphabet already is given in the page. Next one is A. Okay, only one bindis, we want to paste it here. Next one is T. T for four bindis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like this we want to using this Braille alphabet we want to do. Okay, next one is man. M. Okay, for M, we want to paste bindis M, the first two, M. First two dots, first two. M. Next, A, only one bindi, we want to paste it. Next, N, 4 bindis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bindis we want to paste. Next, boy, third letter is boy. Okay, B, 2 bindis. Next, O, 1 bindi here, 1 bindi here and one more bindi we want to paste it here. A, O. Next one is Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, fourth one is jug. Jug J. 1 bindi here, the next one here and the next one here. 3 bindis. Next, U. 1 bindi here, 1 bindi here and the third one is here. Next, G. 4 bindis we want to paste. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Using the Braille alphabets given in page number 56, we want to write these words. Next, write your name in Braille alphabets. Okay, you want to write your name. That is, do it yourself. Using the Braille alphabets given in page number 56. Braille alphabets are given. Okay, use your name. You write your name in Braille. Louis Braille lost his eyesight in an accident. Just now we have studied about Louis Braille lost his eyesight in an accident. when he was playing, what happened? He lost his eye in an accident. So some time ago, a newspaper reported that a child lost one eye while lighting firecrackers. Some days ago, that is some time ago, a newspaper reporter says that a child lost one eye while lighting firecrackers. What happened? He lost is one eye. List the precautions that should be taken to protect eyes from harm. Okay, now we want to list out the precautions that should be taken while bursting crackers. Okay, already we know that. That is the first one. Always keep some distance. We want to write the precautions while bursting crackers. First point, always keep some distance. Always keep some distance while bursting crackers. Keep some distance while bursting crackers. While bursting crackers. Next one, never light firecrackers close to your face. Close to your face. Next, wear protective glass for eyes. That is while bursting crackers. While bursting firecrackers. We want to burst crackers with the help of our parents. So, Braille lost his eyesight in an accident some time ago. A newspaper reported that a child lost one eye while lighting firecrackers. List the precautions that should be taken to protect eyes from harm. The first one is always keep some distance while bursting crackers. Never light firecrackers close to your face. Third one is wear that is protective glass while bursting firecrackers. Next one, C. Read the following sentences and notice the underlined words. First, now you want to read the following sentences and then especially for the underlined words. Long ago in France, a little boy named Louis Braille was playing near his home. The cats were sleeping when I reached home. Samir was playing hopscotch last evening. Samir was playing hopscotch last evening. The three sentences are given. All the above sentences are example of events that started in the past. Okay, all the three sentences that started in the past and continue for some time. The event was started in the past and continue for some time. If the sentence is about one person, animal or bird, we use was plus action word plus ing. In that case, we want to use a person or animal or a bird. We want to use was. Was is a verb here. Next, action word. We want to use action means what we are doing. That is called action word. And then plus ing form. Example, the student was writing in his notebook. Example, the students were writing in his notebook. If the sentences is about more than one person, animal or bird, we use where plus action word plus ing. Okay, the student was writing in his notebook. Example, the student was writing in his notebook. If the sentences is about more than one person, okay, plural form, the animal or bird, we use where. Where is the verb here and then action word plus ing form. Example, the students were writing in their notebooks. Okay, the students were writing in the notebook. Past. If you want to write past means we want to use were and then we are writing in the notebooks. The following sentences describe actions in the present. Change them into the past as shown in the example. Here present as well as past is given. Okay, here the following sentences first it's given here. The following sentences describe actions in the present. Change them. We want to change them to the past. I am sleeping. Okay, past I was sleeping. Am. Okay, the present tense of am is the past tense is was. Am present tense, was past tense. Next, the dogs are barking. Here are is the present tense. So we want to write the dogs were barking. Because here dogs, okay, dogs plural is given. So the dogs were barking. The dogs were barking at the stranger. Next, grandfather is searching for his spectacles. Okay, the present tense is given. We want to write it in past. Okay, grandfather was searching. Grandfather was searching for his spectacles. For his spectacles. Next, Shiva is writing a spectacles means specs. Shiva is writing a letter. Is the present tense. We want to change. We want to write it in a past. We want to write it using past tense. So Shiva was writing a letter. Writing a letter. Shiva was writing a letter. A is singing a song. We want to write in past tense. He was singing. He was singing a song. Next, we. We is this plural here. So, we were. We were playing Coco. We are playing Coco. Past tense. We were playing Coco. Present tense. The man is using his hands to push his wheelchair. The man was using his hands to push his wheelchair. Like this we want to write. Next, look at the picture story. Here one picture, that is a pictorial representation is given here. Look at the picture story. Here in the story, the first one, a girl was feeding. Okay, a girl was feeding sparrows as well as squirrels. The next one is her grandma. Okay, her grandma was hanging out the clothes. Third one is suddenly a strong wind blows in it. The fourth picture, what happened? Squirrels and sparrows are sitting on the cloth. Now, fill in the blanks from the suitable option. Now, we want to fill the blanks from the suitable options. Was clapping, were sitting, was entering, was scattering, was hanging, was feeding. We want to choose the correct words and we want to fill in the blanks. Mr. Friend Taranti told me an interesting thing yesterday. She dashed her friends, the squirrels and sparrows. She dashed grains for them. Mr. Friend, that is the Taranti, told me an interesting thing yesterday. She, that is, was feeding. She was feeding. We want to use the correct word. She was feeding. She was feeding her friends, the squirrels and the sparrow. Next, she was scattering grains for them. She was scattering. Scattering means spread. She was scattering grains for them. At the time, her grandmother was hanging. Her grandmother was hanging. We want to use the word hanging. Scattering. Last one is squirrels and sparrows. She was scattering grains for them. Her grandmother was hanging out the clothes to dry on a clothesline. Next one is grandmother. Next, grandmother was entering. Grandmother, after completed her work, okay, she was entering the house when a strong wind began to blow. When she returned with the clothes peaks, she saw a wonderful scene. The sparrows and squirrel, what happened? The sparrows and squirrels were sitting. Here plural, sparrows and squirrel. So we want to use the plural verb were sitting on the clothes. Were sitting on the clothes to prevent them from falling. Tarandeep, what happened? Tarandeep was clapping. Tarandeep, he got happy, so he was clapping. Tarandeep was clapping with her hands with joy. Grandmother put the pegs on the clothes and Tarandeep set down a bowl of water for friends. My friend Tarandeep told me an interesting thing yesterday. She was feeding her friends, the squirrels and sparrows. She was scattering grain for them. Her grandmother was hanging out the clothes to dry on a clothesline. Grandmother was eating the house when a strong wind began to blow. When she returned with the cloth pegs, she saw a wonderful scene. The sparrows and squirrel were sitting on the clothes to prevent them from falling. Tarandi was clapping her hands with joy. Grandmother put the pegs on the clothes and Tarandi set down a bowl of water for her friends. Next activity let us do. You want to do this activity. Do it yourself. The second one also, do it yourself. You want to do this activity. Do it yourself. Third one also, find out about the nearest resources center for people with blindness. You want to find out the nearest center with blindness. Do it yourself. That's all, the lesson gets over. If you want more videos, like, share and subscribe. Free tutorial. Thank you.